Hey, good morning, everybody. Pastor asked me to come on to talk about a good word from God's word. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about running your race to win the prize. Paul said in 1 Corinthians 9:24, he said, "Do you not know that in a race all runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize." Now, I know during this time it's super difficult to keep going. It can be super tiring. It can be exhausting. I know for me at least, that Thursdays is usually one of my hardest days. That's the day I'm putting together the service, and it's almost like a marathon of a day because of all the work that has to be done. Everything's being put together, and it all has to come together. But it's just exhausting as you go through it. And in these times, I think about running the race and trying to keep up the good prize, and run the race to win a prize. And so one of the if you follow my page, I talk a lot about running. I run. I don't talk a lot about it recently, but I do still consistently run. I've been running since like 2011, even though I don't look like it, I do run from now and then. And when I first started out, I did that Couch to 5K app, which is an incredible app. If you want to pick up the habit of running or the exercise of running, I highly suggest you do that. I did that Couch to 5K, and I ran a 5K, and then I ran a 10K, and I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to go further. I'm going to be able to go longer. And then one day I ran a 10K in a race, and I accidentally got in the 1 mile race, and they said ready, set, go, and I took off, and I was running, and I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Why are all these like older people and these kids signed up for running a 10K? And then I saw two dogs wearing 5K shirts from the year before, and I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Why would this happen? And then we took a wrong turn, and I was like, wait, no, we're supposed to go this way. The race goes this way. And so I went with them, and we started turning, and we were actually turning back towards the finish line. I realized, oh no, I have gotten in the wrong race. I'm in the wrong line. And so I saw a turn, and I was like, oh, there's the starting line again. I can get back in the starting line. And so I ran all the way back to the starting line, and I happened to be right at the beginning of the 10K race. And now I am a slow runner. If you went to high school with me, you know when I played on the football team, I was one of the slowest runners there. I am not fast by any stretch of the imagination. Some people can walk faster than I can run at my top speed. It's not fast. And all of a sudden, I'm at the front of this 10K race with these people who can run a 10K in 30 minutes. And I'm lucky to get an hour 15, maybe. Okay. And so I'm running, and I'm just getting passed and passed and passed and passed. And there's nothing I can possibly do about it. But it's okay because I'm running my race. I'm running the race that I want. I'm running my race so that I can win. I'm not racing against what these other guys are doing. I'm racing against what I can do and what my best race is. The end of that race, I ended with one of my best times. I actually ran 7 miles instead of 6.2 because I ran that extra mile. And I was like, you know what? I think I can go further. If I can do 7, maybe I can do 13. And I know people are like, that's crazy. Why in the world why would you try to run for 7 miles? Anthony, I understand. My running has been struggling as well. And why would I try to run 13 miles? That doesn't make any sense. And so I set out, I was like, okay, let's just do it. And so I set out for 6 months, and I was like, yeah, I can do this. And so I set out to run for the 13.1 miles, and in 2014, I did it. I have my medal here of where I ran for a Center Point half marathon in Prattville, Alabama. It's run by Center Point Church, and it was the most exhausting thing I've ever done. I did not move for 6 hours, and then after those, and I ate a full meal every 30 minutes because I burned so many calories. But here's the thing, is that I ran my race. I ran my race to get the prize. And so I want to ask you today, What is your race? What is the race that God is calling you to do? In today's world, there's all this online content. There's all these other things. There are people who may be more successful than you or may seem to be more successful, especially here on social media. It's easy to compare to all these different people. But the truth is that we have to run the race that God has called us to. God has called you for a specific plan, for a specific purpose, and we cannot lose sight of that. We have to run as with our eyes on the prize. When I'm running, you have to focus, and especially when I'm getting tired, I'm getting exhausted, I have to look ahead and say, oh, that's where I'm going. If I can just get to this stop sign, if I can just get to this tree, if I can just get to this next intersection, I am going to make it. And in this time, you may be exhausted. You may be running out of wind and out of breath, and you're just not sure if you can keep going. But you can. You can totally keep going. Because here's the thing. At the end of the 13.1 miles, in that last 3-4 tenths of a mile, I was exhausted. I was cramping. I could not go any further. And then a little boy that his mom had been helping me, she'd be helping me run. She'd teach me, like, here's the clothes, here's the shoes, here's what you eat, here's what you drink. He had just finished his 5K, and he ran up to me, and then he ran with me all the way to the finish line. He got me to the end of the prize, cheering me on. I ran faster than I had for the last 3-4 miles. We at Church of Hope, and we as your friends and we as your family, we're coming along with you. If you need help, ask for help. And we are here to help you, to get you to the end of the prize. Run your race to get the prize, just as runners do. I certainly hope that you can continue to do that. And if I can pray for you in any way, just drop that right down in there in the comments. And I would love to pray with you, pray for you, and pray that you can finish the race and finish the race and get that prize that you are so looking for. So, all right. Thank you, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed this, and we will see you back here next week.